Hey there DIY coders, welcome to HTML Quickie, the place where we serve all of your HTML needs. And in this video, we'll be learning HTML Select. Now before we move on, please check out my video on form tags that will be linked down in the description below. And I highly recommend that you watch it as we will be using the form tag. And we'll also be using a little bit of JavaScript, which I will not go through, but I will show you in this video. I will also have a link to that file that uses JavaScript code in the description below. But if you want to just stay focused on learning Select, despite the fact you don't know form tags, then by all means, go ahead. You'll still learn something here. So let's get started, shall we? So let me introduce to you the HTML code. I also forgot something here. We need to learn that. I'll just introduce to you that code in a bit. All right. Now that we have this code in a little more easy to focus area, let me introduce to you what we have here. So we have the select tag, the option tag, the value attribute, which belongs to the option tag, and we have the name attribute, which belongs to the select tag. Now let me get rid of this and show you how it's put together. All right, and we will bring this into focus on this area here. And we'll save it, render it onto the browser. And now you'll notice that we have this button. And if you click on it, it drops down a menu. And we have three options. Just like what we have here in our HTML code, we have three option tags. And you'll notice that all the labeling here corresponds to what we have here. So what this text corresponds to exactly is the text in between the opening and closing tag. So if I change this to 1, save it, and I refresh this page, you'll notice that immediately our text has changed to the word 1. So let me just change this all to make it look all uniform. There we go. And then refresh the page, and there you go. So now we have a very visual understanding of how to label all of our options. So now, what is the value attribute do then? So the value attribute, what it does is, it is the data that we send to the server. So the text in between the opening and closing tags, this is not sent to the server. It is just the text that will be visually rendered onto our browser. The information that we send to the server is within the value attribute. And what we will send is either the choice between the numerical characters 1, 2, or 3, just like we see right here. So let me demonstrate to you this is all working. You can go ahead, click on the drop-down menu, click on 2, and click on 3, 1, all visually confirming that you have selected the particular option that you have chosen. Now there's also this name attribute that I did not include in here, which belongs into the select tag. Now this is the labeling for the data you will send to the server. So for every piece of information you send to the server, it'll have a label that comes along with it. Sort of like what we have on the browser. I have a label number beside our drop-down menu to help recognize what data we're handling. So we're handling a number of data, either a 1, 2, or 3. So for here, it would make sense for us to label it as number. And again, this server will receive any of the three pieces of data we send to it being labeled as number. So give me a moment to demonstrate that. Save that, and I'll just throw this all away now. Refresh this. All right, and now we have our submit button so that now I can demonstrate to you visually how this is all processed. So let's say we pick the number 2. How's that? We pick the number 2, and then we submit our information to the server. All right. And then, as you can see, we have our label right here, which is within the name attribute of the select tag over here. And we have a value of 2, which we selected earlier. All right, so let's go back. All right. Now, for those who didn't watch the video on the form tag, I don't want to confuse you, so I want to make it clear that this code that we see here is not responsible for the confirmation that we get back when we press the submit button. So if we press the submit, this page here, if you take a look at the browser, everything here is made by a different set of coding. So I'll open up the file that's responsible for this. So this is the code responsible for this. Now for beginners, if you take a look over here, this is definitely not HTML code. This is JavaScript code. This is the code that handles the data that we have submitted and renders back the information on a new page. Hopefully that will clear up some misunderstanding of how we got this submission page, as we'll call it. And again, you can find the link to the file down in the description. Now you can definitely copy this code off of this video right here. The download link down in the description is just there for your convenience. And again, this confirmation page we have on the browser is just there to help you visually understand how the HTML code that we learned here today works. So let's also get rid of these windows here. We're back here. Okay, so now I have more to show you. So this will be just a little more repetitive, but it'll show you how you can get the most out of this knowledge. So now we can definitely make more than one of these. So let me show you how to add another one, just like so. Let's say we make an exact copy, and you'll notice just like that, we'll have 2 drop-down menus. The rat. There you go. Save. And then we'll refresh the page. All right. Everything should be ready to go. So now let's input our data and submit our form. So I'll choose 2, Bob. We'll keep the dog, and we'll submit the data. And there you go. And this is how the select tag works. Now, if you have any questions, leave a comment down below. If you found this helpful at all, please leave me a thumbs up. And if you're absolutely confused, give me a thumbs down, then it'll let me know I need to improve on these videos. All right, so that's it for this video. See you guys next time.